guys, welcome back to another video. So happy that you are here. This is going to be a video all about juicing. So we have some carrots, and most of the stuff is going to be from either Aldi's or just little local grocery stores we may have stopped at. So we have some carrots, we have some sliced apples in a bag. These are pretty convenient. I mean, I guess, yeah, doesn't really take much to slice an apple, so there's that. Anyway, I have 2 kiwi fruit. I also have a green apple, just to provide a little bit of tartness. I have some celery, which is going to be the base of most of my juices, and then I have 4 pints of strawberries, just because I had a ton of strawberries at this point. I normally wouldn't use this much strawberries in my drink, but like I said, I wanted to go ahead and use them up. I also have some green grapes, so we're just going to make a nice little healthy juice out of this. Yeah, juicing has been great. I've really been loving it. I feel like it's pretty healthy. I'm getting a lot of fruit and vegetables in, but the first thing I want to do is clean the items that I'm going to be using. So I just get a bucket, put some water in it along with some vinegar, and I'm going to drop my fruit and vegetables in there just to let them soak. I usually let them soak about 15 minutes or so, just so any bugs that are trapped on there come off, as well as like a lot of the apples have a kind of wax on them. I want to make sure that wax gets off. I'm not for certain if they get the wax off in those bagged apples, but like I don't want to chance it, so I don't mind going ahead and just letting them soak for a little bit, if that makes sense. So I put my strawberries in, and of course you're always going to have some casualties. That's why I wanted to go ahead and use these strawberries up. Those are the ones that were no good that I'm just going to go ahead and throw away. This pint here though was beautiful. Like there were no casualties. Everything was ripe red, delicious. So yeah, I was super excited to use this one. I actually could have left this one in the fridge for a little while longer, but might as well go ahead and get it done. So I also, like, if I see any bad spots on anything, I try to pick those off while I'm doing this, just kind of inspect it. Then I like to swoosh the fruit around just to make sure all of the fruit gets into that vinegar water bath. So one thing I like to do is kind of lay out all the fruit that I'm going to be using, so I have an idea of like, okay, does my juice need more vegetables or more fruit or whatever, just to kind of predict what the taste will be like. So I'm going to add everything on this plate, and I'm just kind of taking it out of the water vinegar bath. I'm going to slice it, put it on here. Once I get everything on this plate, I am going to just kind of swoosh some water over it, just take it to the sink and rinse it. I just like to do it all at once because it is way easier. So at this point, I'm just slicing the tops off of the strawberries, as well as cutting like off any bad pieces or brown pieces or whatever, just so I know that they are ready to juice. And once I get done with the strawberries, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my fruit. Now, I did buy a juicer that has a big mouth, which is like a large spout on it. So you are supposed to be able to put most of your fruit in there whole. However, I have noticed that whereas it works for some stuff, doesn't really work for everything. Like these apples, now in the picture on the box, like there was a whole apple that was sitting right there by it. Just make you believe that it would fit a whole apple. The apples that I get, it doesn't fit. So maybe, I don't know if these apples are just larger. I'm not for certain why it doesn't fit, but it doesn't fit. So I always have to cut it just a bit, but doesn't that look nice and just delicious and healthy? And one aspect I love about juicing is the fact that it would be super, super difficult to eat this whole plate, for me in one sitting. So instead of eating it this way, I can have it in a juice and get all of these nutrients and vitamins, as well as whatever else I'm going to be eating. So this is all of the fruit. Now I'm also going to add some celery in there just for a good balance. So of course I'm going to give that a nice little wash in the sink as well. Then I'm also going to add that to that water and vinegar mix, just so I can make sure that nothing is kind of hiding in those leaves. Now I do try to use a lot of the celery leaves. Now this celery was 2 shakes till it was about to be bad, so I couldn't use a lot of them because a lot of them were brown. But if I have like a good stalk of celery, I will save those leaves because there are a lot of nutrients in the celery leaves as well. Alrighty guys, so let's get juicing. I don't really have a way to juice, if that makes sense. Some of you all that may have a certain way that you do it, definitely feel free to comment down below. I throw a little bit of everything in at one time and then I just go from there. Usually I can eyeball enough to fill up about 2 mason jars of juice. So I'll just add enough fruit. Like if I'm doing, for instance, all of this fruit, I'll add a little bit of everything just to have it in there, so I know each mason jar has the same amount of, you know, carrots or strawberries or grapes or whatever may have you. So in this instance, this whole plate was about enough for 2 mason jars. It was actually a little over enough since I used that whole stalk of celery as well. But I think total I got about 4 mason jars, but I'm going to have to add some more fruit to it, which you will see. You guys, I love juicing celery because one stalk can give you so much juice, and celery has so many benefits, including helping with weight loss. I'm just gonna throw it out there because that's why I like to juice it. Just about juicing, and I'm just going to stir it around with a little cup. Now some of that foam that sits on top, I scoop out. I looked it up. You don't lose any nutrients scooping it out. It's basically where air has incorporated in the juice itself, so not a big deal. It doesn't taste the best, so I just scoop mine out. Just gonna pour it in my nice little clean mason jars, and like I said, this made about 2. However, I did have a bit left over and I was like, well, do I want to drink it now or and I was like, no, I don't feel like drinking it right now, so I'm just gonna add some more fruit to it and let me make a couple of more juices. So that's what I did. So this next batch of juices that I made is basically just like an experiment, y'all. It's a concoction. Because at this point I was like, let me just add whatever I have quite a bit of in there just to get it going. I decided not to soak those apples. I actually meant to and forgot about it. I just added them in there. Oh, I mean, I'm still alive, so I'm assuming it was okay. Guys hear me talk about strawberries all the time. Like, I just love fresh, ripe, sweet strawberries. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Just reminds me of summer. And these strawberries were so good. Now, in this batch, I did not cut the tops off because I was like, if I leave the tops on, that may be some extra nutrients. Because, you know, when you juice, you're going to lose some nutrients anyway. I had to take a quick little taste test, and it was perfect. It was sweet. It was great. It was really good. Gonna add a little bit more celery in there just to get a little more juice out of it, and also to put some vegetables in so it's not just a highly sweet fruit juice. And yeah, then I'm just gonna load these up. Now I try to keep in mind when I'm juicing to have a good balance. Usually my morning juice, which these are going to be pretty sweet. At least they'll be fruit heavy. The juice that I have like in lunch and at dinner, snacks, whatever, they have a lot more vegetables in them, you know, just because I don't want all that sugar the whole day. So usually with juices, I have to shake them up just to get them kind of all incorporated. And yeah, they're great. They're cold, they're sweet, they're delicious, they're filling, and they are nutritious. So I am slowly learning what vegetables have in them, so I know what ailments that I have and what kind of juice to make, if that makes sense, you know? Like if I'm feeling like I have a headache, I may use certain fruits and vegetables. If I feel like, you know, I don't know, my blood pressure is high, I'm just picking something at this point, I may use something else. So This juice is going to be great for weight loss, as well as it's going to be packed with a lot of antioxidants. So a great juice to have. It's also going to do a boost to your immune system, which I need right now because I'm battling allergies, as well as just the time that we live in. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Comment down below what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.